name's Liam Stump. I'm originally from the UK, moved here 7 years ago, so I've been living in Saudi 7 years now. I'm a personal trainer and a coach, but I also work on the radio as well, so I'm like a jack of all trades, a bit everywhere. I like to be on TV, I like to help people, the radio, like to do content, so that's basically me. When I came here, I was expecting people to not be as friendly because I don't know any Arabic. Then my first experience when I first came here, the owner of the company I work for picked me up from the airport himself, took me to get steak. Literally the first 2 hours of being here, we had dinner together, a chat. He took me around a little bit of Riyadh before taking me to my apartment. So straight away, it was so welcoming. And over the course of 2-3 weeks, people invite you out to have food, go to all these places which I was like, well, I didn't know I was gonna socialize and have these events here in Saudi, even in 2017. So it opened your eyes to realize before, it's nowhere near to what was actually here. When I was 17, I just finished school. I failed school. I was going through a very depressive phase. I had to resit exams, work hard to get into uni, which I did later on. And I just wanted to sort my life out a bit more, started going to the gym and loved that. And then realized I liked helping people. So then at around 18, I started coaching people, literally just after a year. Started with people I know, like my mom or like someone, a friend, and then got a couple courses done at 19, 20, started coaching part-time. And then after uni, I had a decision. I was like, I've got a degree. I can go to London, be a consultant, make good money, or follow a career that I actually love and enjoy and go for it. So I did that, and then luckily I got an opportunity here. Now I just loved it. I embraced the culture, I like the changes, and just coming here was kind of like an experience that I wasn't expecting. Especially when you come from a completely different culture, you get to see how the countries run completely differently. If you move to a new country, whether that be Saudi Arabia, whether that be China, something with a completely different culture, say the UK, you need to realize the way they run their country is completely different to you. Like an example, some things can be good, some things can be bad. Like in the UK, you can't go to the bank and get a card on that day, whereas in Saudi you can. So like, that's a good thing about Saudi and a bad thing about the UK, just for example. So you got to realize that some things, the process is going to be super quick, super good. Sometimes it's going to take a lot longer. So it's realizing that just because you're used to living and doing step by step of your life in one way, it's going to be completely different anywhere else around the world. So even if you live in Saudi and you go to a different country, expect the same thing. So I've been to Jeddah just once, and this is something on the to-do list to do. You know, I do want to go to Alola, I do want to go to Khobar, even, is it Abba, who's very cold, I think? I want to go to all these places to experience it, and then I'm like, yeah, well, soon, inshallah, soon. But I've never done it yet, but one thing I will do, one of my friends does want to visit Alola, so whenever he comes to visit Saudi, I said, halas, we'll do that trip, it'll be great. I've been to the desert once, only once in 7 years, so I do need to go to the desert more. My friends were like, let's go camping, let's do it. And I'm always like, I've got the radio at the weekend, I can't, or I've got to do the boulevard thing, or I've got work or whatever. So I'm always like, yeah, inshallah next week, classic word. But it's one of those things where definitely do it. It's incredible to experience the outside. It's very calm, collective. You can just chill with friends. Definitely freezing cold. So not something that you'd think that the desert is freezing. Definitely need to wrap up. It is weird to think that in the middle of the desert you're gonna be freezing. But honestly, it's such an experience to go and enjoy and relax with friends for sure. With Riyadh season being here and all the activities and events, there's so much to do. I've done actually quite a lot. I'm trying to think of what was the best. So the best for me was going to Boulevard World. I was working with a company there that we interviewed people at Boulevard World and their experience, speaking to expats. So my social media of TikTok allowed me to have more avenues of collaborating with companies to expand Saudi basically. So for about 4 weeks, I was interviewing expats on what they thought about Boulevard World, what they liked, what they were doing. So I did that. So I really liked Boulevard World because you get to experience not only different people, but different cultures. And that was great to do, working there as well. One thing I did like, which I wasn't working for, is Middle East Sandstorm. Went to that, and that was actually incredible. And I was like, wow, how clean it is, how organized it is, who they have there and the diversity. That was a great experience. It's definitely showing Saudi in a good light. Saudi hospitality. The thing is, you can't really put it in like a short sentence, which is the hardest, because like I said to the story earlier about the owner of the gym taking me out for steak, that was amazing. But you don't just have that because I work for his company. No, you have it with everyone. You know, oh, you're brand new here. If you experience this, no, all right, we gotta go. And people are very friendly, very inviting. And sounds really bad when I say this, but compared to my culture, people are nowhere near like this back in the UK. Like, people are more in their cliques and their groups. It's like a high school-y thing that you need to be a part of, like whatever, to get to know someone. It's like, no, here, if they're like, oh, you don't know a lot of people, oh, you're new here, come with me, we'll do this, we'll do that. They want to take you places to experience it. And one thing about the culture is the people here, they're so friendly, so inviting, so it's easy just to go out and do things all the time. First of all, I want to say my Arabic, but it's very bad. So, like, Mafi Arabi, Shwaya Arabi, or Assalamu alaikum, kif halik, shif barik, then I'm done. So that's all my Arabic. So it's always new to learn that, but that's something I learned when I was here. But with regards to the culture, I would say the Arabic, even though I should get a lot better, but you know, like I said, halas, like, that's all I got. So a typical day at work for me, like, luckily the nicest thing is that I don't start too early. Normally I go at like 11, which is actually like a normal day, and I finish at like 8, 9, which that's a nice time. Normally I'll train with some friends and enjoy my time with some friends working out, so that's always good. Coaching normally comes in the afternoon with PTs, with clients, with classes, pushing and motivating people. That normally happens more later on from like 2, maybe 3 onwards, depending on the day. Every 9 seconds, 10 sets, 2 to 3 hang power clean. Go here, however you want, high hang, whatever. But if you need to squat towards the end, that's fine, but ideally power. And then we'll just be adding every set, 10 sets. Start with like light-ish weight, then 10 rounds, 3 power snatch, 3 bar facing burpees. This is a 10-minute time cap. So this is 15, super quick and easy, 10 minutes, and then we'll see on time with that, but it's gonna be good. What I like about the job is that it's all collectively together with a part of a community of helping people. Whether you're training with them or training them for their goals or in a group or individual setting. And then by 8, 9 o'clock, depending on the day, it's always gonna be varied. Halas, I get to go home and sleep, which is always nice. I generally like helping people towards their goals. And not only do I do this in my full-time job, I do it online with clients as well. And something I've realized is that not only do you have physical health, which is the workouts, nutrition, you're helping people with that, you've got the mental health, helping people with their habits, their lifestyle and their mindset, because it's collectively together. And some people have a very hard upbringing, some people go through very hard times, some people go through very hard situations they can't get out of. So even when they come to the gym to change their body, to change their life, there's still a lot else happening. And yes, the gym can be a place to escape this hard time and really make your body look the way it wants and you feel comfortable, but there's still this hard stuff happening. So that's why I love it. I like to actually help people become the person they want to be. If you're coming to a new country and it takes time to adapt to culture, which it does to anyone, you know, the first year you're still excited and it does take time, you need to love what you do. You don't want to be looking forward to the weekend. Like as if like the weekend is the only thing you can have. So focus on something you love and focus on being the best you can. And when you're here, opportunities are endless because you've got experience from everywhere around the world, from all different cultures. You've got, say, gyms, in my situation, popping up everywhere. You've got companies and businesses growing. So it's the place to grow, but pick your industry wisely, because if you don't even have an interest in it, or you don't like it a little bit, you're gonna burn out massively. So try and pick something you enjoy at least a little bit, maybe not every little detail, because it is work, but just pick a passion and just try and follow it as much as you can, and just try and learn and grow to become the best at it. And at least then, you're gonna make money, but also do something you love. I work, and I work in other things. So I go out with friends and we have fun and we do things maybe once a week or maybe socialize a bit. But if I'm honest, I work every day, whether that be in the gym, whether that be on the radio, whether that be on my social media. I love creating videos. So every day I'm creating videos for TikTok, Instagram to help people, the same thing. If not, I'm working online and clients, trying to grow the online business, or I'm working on the radio to entertain people, or I'm focused on growing myself to be better in the gym. It's hard to shut off, because even my partner says to me all the time, it's very hard for me to shut off because I'm very committed to something that I truly want. Every day I'll be doing something. Every day. I can't have a day off. Like even when I'm on vacation, I'll be working out. Even when I'm on vacation, I'm doing stuff online. Even when I'm on vacation, I'm making videos because I generally love it. And I do find it hard to shut off. Don't get me wrong, I'll play a bit of FIFA and a bit of video games here and there with my friends to relax in the evening for like an hour. But then I'm like, okay, halas, let's sleep and continue and grow. In Saudi, it's so safe for families,
Yes.
right?
Yes, definitely. It's very safe for families because crimes are really low in Saudi Arabia, and their security here, the police and everything, they're really doing their job greatly.
TikTok started in 2020, just after the pandemic. I was going through, everyone going through a hard time and whatever. I was like, I can't be the only one that went through terrible stuff. Like, it wasn't even that bad looking back, but you just mentally, you know? And then I was like, so I saw Gary Vaynerchuk talk about need to get on TikTok, create content. So I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna try it for a month. And literally went from 100 followers to 1,000 in a month. And I was like, okay, let's try another month. Then I went from 1,000 to 10,000. Then within 6 months, I went from literally 100 followers to 100,000 followers in 6 months. And it's because I was posting 2-3 times a day. I wanted to help people. I was talking about Saudi Arabia, but I was mainly giving tips to the younger generation. I was doing interviews with people. Now that's what I do more, interviewing people about their lifestyle, about their goals and their dreams, because I generally like to meet new people, like I said, and connect with people. But it all started with just wanting to help people like I like to do, and it developed into talking about the country and talking about the people here, trying to get their experience basically. And that's where it's grown to now, doing interviews in public and Boulevard World, in malls, generally meeting new people. Can be as basic as just meeting someone on the street. It's always nice to do that. But the reason why I do it is it's always nice to grow, like I said, and opportunities have generally come from social media that wouldn't have come before. Four people, please.
Okay.
4 adults. And maybe a child.
One kid.
Maybe 2. The karting today was fun. I did it a couple times back home with my brother and my dad, because my brother's 16, so he likes to do it. We do that a few times when I go back. But yeah, like I like to be a bit aggressive maybe, because you can't do that on the road. and I don't actually drive, so you get to be a bit more fun. I think, did I hit you or someone? I think I hit someone, spun them around. I was like, sorry, and just continued. Spun them around backwards. But it's a little bit of crashing and clashing, but I'm competitive, so I want to win. I don't care if I hit you, I'm gonna win. Like, I don't care. But yeah, definitely keep it on the track. Yeah, rather than in real life. I'm normally pretty bad at bowling, and literally first bowl I got a strike and I was like, this doesn't normally happen. I haven't been bowling in a while, so I thought, oh, what's going on now? But it was just a very good day at the office, I would say. But yeah, I won that, but I'm just very lucky I was doing well that day, because I guess I had the pressure of the cameras being there, and I was like, well, you just got to win now, you got that pressure. My most memorable experience in Saudi, this is gonna be a bit cheesy, but like meeting my partner, we've been together 5 years now, and we're from different places. She's from Europe, I'm from here, well, UK, so it is different. But meeting her, I never thought that I would meet someone here, like I said, in the experience of what I thought Saudi was gonna be like, and meet my partner that I know I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. And I wasn't expecting that. So literally that was probably the best experience, because I knew that Saudi's literally given me someone that I'm gonna be with forever, probably have a family with, things like that. So that's always nice. So definitely meeting her was probably the best. One thing I'll miss about Saudi if I had to leave. Two things come to mind, but one's funny, definitely the shawarma. I'll be honest, man, I've had it back home and it's terrible compared to here. It's just not the same. That garlic sauce is so good. I don't know what the garlic thing's called, but it's so good. That was a funny one, but all honesty, it's weird, but because the gyms are still segregated here and it's all males gym, the amount of guy chat and guy jokes you have generally makes it fun. And we respect women here so much that you wouldn't be doing that if it was a mixed gym. So, which is fine. And I even said to the guys, if it is mixed gyms in Saudi, what I would do is I'd respect the women 100%, treat them like princesses, but treat the guys like crap and talk to the same way I'm doing with you now. So this is what I would do, but I will miss that a lot more because, it's more free-flowing and more fun when it's just guys, but, when it adapts to the future, I know what I'm gonna adapt to, but probably those two things. Being away from family, this sounds probably bad, but in my culture, we're not as close. So I'm actually close with my family in terms of I tell them anything and everything, to the detail, maybe too much detail, but it's fine. But then I may not call my mum for a month, which is very weird in this culture. And being a part of Saudi, it made me realize okay, maybe you should speak to your mum every week. One of my friends is even telling me, if I don't call my mum for a week, I'm in trouble. And I'm like, bro, you're married with kids, I don't understand, but it's true. So it made me realize that family is more important, and just because my culture taught me to maybe be a bit distant, I think you should speak to them a lot more. I'm getting better, but I'm just used to being away. I've always been away. I was away for uni, and yeah, I've always been away from them. It's okay, but it makes going home a little bit better. Things that I like to tell my family and friends about Saudi. If I'm honest, it's the little things that people wouldn't think about. So the food, the coffee. My mum, she's a massive lover of coffee, so I know that she would generally love it here. My brother is a massive foodie, so I know he would love to experience all the cuisines and how good it is, because our food is terrible in comparison, just from even if you go to not a Saudi place, but a different cuisine, it's just better. And one of the things here is actually what I like is now in Saudi, especially the men, there's no line with their humor. You can joke about anything and everything, how dark it is, no matter what, and they're fine with it. Back home, people are getting way too sensitive about a lot of things. So here you can have a genuine joke about anything and everything and mean it to be a joke, and it'll be fine. So this is what I generally like. The humor is endless and you can joke about anything. Saudi Arabia is a place which is underrated, number one, not just in terms of what is here and the events that is happening here, but the culture and the people. You've got that good blend now where you get to experience the Arab culture, but also get to experience all the events that are happening. So it's a great mix altogether. And especially now with everything coming here, you're never going to be bored, especially during the winter, because there's so much happening. And even if you want the beach, guess what? You can just go, go to Jeddah and experience that diving. And people don't even know these things exist, but they're there. Like, Jeddah is one of the best diving places in the world, I think. I say I think because I'm scared to do it, so I don't know. But all of these things that are happening in Saudi, people don't even know about. So don't just look at what you see on Instagram with just a Lola and all these nice places. There's a lot more happening here than what you expect. And if you get bored, man, you got the wrong friends. You go and experience some things with some Saudis here. They'll take you everywhere.